Easterseals Colorado first opened in 1926 with a mission to create an empowered and more inclusive world for people with disabilities. And nowhere was that more evident than at Rocky Mountain Village.
We just celebrated 70 years of operation up here at Rocky Mountain Village.
We've grown so much since 1951. Every time we do something new here, it's thinking about how we can make access to any locations easier for our people in wheelchairs or people with limited mobility. Back when we had our wooden chairs, they weighed about 60 pounds each. They were ridiculously cumbersome, and you can just see how light and nice this chair is. To be able to come to camp and feel like their disability isn't a limitation on their life. Campers can come here and they aren't limited by access. They aren't limited by us telling them no to anything like that. That's a major goal of ours.
When people come up here, they get connected because they actually see individuals with disabilities in a totally different light than you normally do in a more clinical setting. Up here, you see individuals with disabilities riding the zip line, catching fish, riding horses. And so that free spirit makes you believe that more is possible in this world. And I think that's the magic that people get hooked on.
Another person hooked by the magic of Rocky Mountain Village is philanthropist and American Furniture Warehouse founder, Jake Jabs.
Every year I go up to camp and play music for the kids.
He'll do a concert and he's always a big hit.
These kids come up with a wheelchair and give you a hug. Man, that's pretty cool stuff.
Year after year, he just opens up his heart and opens up his pocketbook, and we couldn't be more thankful.
All the furniture in here was provided by him, and just everywhere that we go today, same thing. The couches, the chairs, bunk beds.
So when I first started giving, I had my secretary go out and check the charity. How much goes to the charity? How much goes to the fundraising? Easterseals is the one where 90-some% of it goes to help the kids with disabilities. It doesn't go to fundraising. Growing up very poor, not having anything, I appreciate the fact that I have the ability, opportunity, the money to help.
His commitment to help others inspired the board to create the Jake Jabs Community Impact Award.
We wanted him to be recognized for all that he's done for the thousands and thousands of people he's touched. He walks the walk. He gives to Easterseals, to so many nonprofits, not only here in Colorado, but throughout the world, really.
This award honors individuals for their commitment to creating a more inclusive and empowered world for people with disabilities.
One at a time.
And this year's honorees perfectly fit the bill.
Mike and Debbie Rooney, Todd Bachmann, and Karen Downs have silently and quietly supported Easterseals throughout decades.
Who's got $200 burning a hole in their pocket for Easterseals Rocky Mountain Village?
Not only with their financial support, but with their willingness to serve on our committees and our boards, and then just coming up to camp and putting in some hard labor.
First got involved with Easterseals doing a project for the Colorado Contractors Association way back around 1999. Saw the camp, fell in love with it, and the next year we started our inaugural clay shoot.
You're going to be a star.
They are not golfers. Their fundraiser is a clay shoot. It's a lot of fun. It's very loud. Raised a tremendous amount of money and awareness because they bring people who have never heard of Easterseals, and then they allow us to talk, educate people about what Easterseals missions are.
And I get to feel like I'm a normal person, not different just because of my disability.
As Zach mentioned, when he goes to camp, he gets to connect with other people. For the family, the impact for us is that we get a respite week. We are very appreciative, so thank you very much.
We've got great customers and vendors that turn on every year, open their pocketbooks. Easterseals is a good steward of the funds that we raise, and we'd like to brag to the people who come to the shoot that, you know, you did this and you did that. $750,000 plus has been spent well.
I love the outdoors, and we are so blessed that I want those kids to be able to experience that and have their lives filled.
And when there's campers there, the experience is basically second to none, because you see these kids who would not have any of these opportunities without Rocky Mountain Village.
For Todd Bachmann, a weekend spent building pathways as a volunteer at the camp turned into a long-term commitment when he realized the impact of his efforts.
So there's a little girl named Jennifer, who's probably about 7 or 8 years old, kept watching us pretty intently. She was really curious. She asked what we were doing, and I said, we're building paths. And she said, well, why are you building paths? And I said, well, we're building paths that are going to be wide enough that people in wheelchairs can go up the side of this mountain. And she looked at me and she pointed up the mountain and she said, you're going to make it so I can go up there? And I said, yes, we are. And she got the biggest smile on her face. She kind of gave me this type of finger, like she wanted to tell me something. So I bent down to listen to what she had to say, and she put her arms around my neck and gave me a big hug. After that, I was snagged. She could have asked me for my wallet at that point, and I'd have given it to her.
For Karen Downs and her family,
the family that shoots together stays together.
their continued support of the clay shoot and the camp brings them fulfillment on many levels, as her daughter Haley explains.
Easterseals has really impacted my life. I've grown up volunteering with Easterseals.
My dad, Chris Downs, was one of the creators of the Easterseals clay shoot and helped make it into the amazing fundraiser it is today. My dad taught my brother and I the value in helping others. He unexpectedly passed away in 2016. I wanted to remember him today and all the contributions he's made to Easterseals.
Anybody have any questions on sporting clay?
Thanks to the efforts of this year's honorees, Mike Rooney, Debbie Rooney, Todd Bachmann, and Karen Downs, Rocky Mountain Village continues to offer a priceless experience for all involved. Congratulations to the award recipients of the 2021 Jake Jabs Community Impact Award.